What's good, guys? It's your boy Champ2k. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what I think is the best affiliation to join in 2K21 and why. Guys, when it comes to affiliations, it actually does matter. Some people might think it doesn't, but it does matter. When you win events as an affiliation, you can benefit in a lot of ways. Obviously, they've added parks in the past. They've given VC out, double rep, etc. It doesn't matter what mode you guys play, this is always going to benefit you when you play 2K. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why you should join a certain affiliation. And obviously, I'm going to break it down to, how the park looks. Obviously, I'll look at some of the gear. We'll look at who's in these affiliations and who's in charge of these affiliations. Because, guys, all these things really do matter at the end of the day. Now that, with this new age of 2K, it's really going to change the game. So let's get right into it, guys. So obviously, we need to start with the logos. So with these logos, I think that 2K has done a fantastic job. Whoever the logo designer is, this is A1, guys. These are, I know that some people might disagree, but this is the least troll I've seen out of, people who play 2K when it comes to these logos. Everyone has actually had very good feedback, but I'm going to tell you what I think the best logo is. And this actually matters, believe it or not. When it comes to name and logo, it actually makes people more attracted to join certain affiliations more. So I think the best logo is by far the Beast of the East. The name alone, I think, is just a great name. If you guys don't know, that's the Beast of the East in the top right corner. You have the Northside Knights, and then you have the Southside Vipers, and then you have the Western Wildcats. So with these logos, like I said, I really like the Beast of the East. I think a close second is definitely Northside Knights. Then it goes the Southside Vipers, and then the Western Wildcats. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Not a fan of the Western Wildcats. Maybe I just don't like the color blue. I don't know. I like the lime green look, like that light green look that the Vipers have. I do like that. When it comes to the Northside Knights, their logo definitely is different compared to most logos I've seen. It's a very good logo in my opinion. But Beast of the East definitely take it #1. And like I said, we've already seen it with affiliations that, certain affiliations were locked out because some people were joining them. And that was the Beast of the East and the Northside Knights. So it's already showing, guys, that, I know that some people, obviously, there's other reasonings behind it, but definitely the names and the logo, the color scheme definitely matters. So those two are definitely my top two when it comes to logos. The next thing we're to get into is affiliations. Guys, this is probably the most important. Turn up your volume. This is very important because this is how you guys are going to know what affiliation to join and why. So we're going to start with the Southside Vipers. Southside Vipers, obviously you have Mayor Shakedown. He's an OG in 2K. I wouldn't say that, his clout is the same as it was back then. He still has a lot of recognition. A lot of people obviously know who Shakedown is. But when it comes to current gen, not current gen, but like the current content creators, he's not the first person I think of. I think he's more of an OG to 2K, if anything. But Shakedown's definitely, I think he's a very, intelligent guy, very good guy, good content creator. I think that he'll be a good leader. I just don't think he's going to get reelected. I think what will happen is maybe we see like a Pretty Boy Fredo take his role type guy. That's just how I envision it. Obviously, I could be wrong, but 6 weeks we'll find out for that. But I think Shakedown, though, will do a good job no matter what in these 6 weeks that he is the mayor of Vipers. So when it comes to content creators, obviously you have Craig. He's a, I think, middle-of-the-run content creator when it comes to, popularity. Someone that has been around for a while. You have LD2K and Ronnie. One we love and one we troll. Which one do you guys like more, Ronnie 2K or LD2K? Write in the chat. We all know the truth. We all know the answer, but I just want to troll Ronnie on this, guys. Please just write in the chat for that. You have two big people, LD and Ronnie. That will definitely attract a lot of people to the Vipers eventually, or it won't, maybe. I don't know, but it will have some type of effect. Obviously, Pretty Boy Fredo, who I think is probably one of the most popular, content creators in the entire industry of 2K. Obviously, he's moved on to other things outside of 2K, but this guy has blown up. He's probably, he's going to attract an audience outside of 2K that might be, come play the game, buy the game, etc., whatever. You have Toxic, who's in charge of Eyeball. Obviously, I think that's really needed. When it comes to Park Clan slash, I know that they're more than just a clan or an organization, whatever, guys. But Eyeballs definitely has a lot of NBA 2K League players that are very competitive. It can make the Vipers actually a lot better in a lot of these events. It just depends if, you know, these guys come out and play in these events for the park and stuff like that when it comes to affiliations. But Toxic is definitely a big piece on the Vipers that will help them a lot. D now, obviously, he's another guy that's grinding. He's done very well with content creation. He's obviously a good player. He actually won the Park Tournament 3v3 last year for the NBA 2K League when they hosted that. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Then you have Chalk, who's an NBA 2K League player, first legend last year. He definitely brings a lot to the Vipers. You have G-Sice, another guy. You know, he's a grinder, first legend back in 2K18, if I'm not mistaken. So another guy that's going to be grinding, definitely going to help the Vipers. You know. Then you have Fantasies, another guy that's a stage guy, big in the stage. You know, I think that his audience, you know, and all the people that's around him will definitely be very competitive and very good. And this is going to benefit the Vipers a lot, having all these people that are very good at the game and very competitive, because when it comes to events, guys, it's not about just how many games you play, it's how many you win. You got to win the game. So I think that when it comes to the Vipers, they're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with. It just depends if, you know, all these guys come out, you know, with their audiences to play. But I definitely like the Vipers. The next time we're going to jump into is the Northside Knights. Northside Knights has Simply Grinding, leader of DF or co-leader, whatever. Power and Simply Grinding both are running DF. When it comes to DF is I would say one of the top park clans in the entire game of 2K. They are definitely one of the most competitive. This is definitely going to be one of the big competitors to the Vipers, in my opinion. These two will probably be button heads, but I really like this. You know, I like the DF clan. I think that they're going to do a very good job when it comes to a lot of these events. They're going to definitely benefit the Knights a lot. You have guys like Agent and Davis who have big audiences. You know, both have over 1 million subscribers, etc. You know, they just have large audiences of people that will be coming to join the Knights just because they're in this affiliation. But you know, they'll be, you know, strength in numbers is definitely a thing. But I just, you know, I think that this is probably going to be you know, an affiliation that's always up there. You know, either 1 or 2 in events. They're always going to be up there. You know, I think that when it comes to it, obviously you have Power and Simply who are going to have the DF guys. You have Duke Dennis with his popularity. You kind of have the TW guys with Cole. Obviously T-Jack is there as well. But this group of guys that are, you know, with the Northside Knights, and I'm sure there's more that I'm missing, but the Northside Knights are definitely looking like one of the better ones out there. They'll definitely be very competitive. But you know, I think that, you know, the screen, you know, doesn't speak justice for how many people are actually in Northside Knights. I know there's a lot more, but we're gonna move on to the next one. So then you have the Beast of the East. I think the Beast of the East is the most popular one as of right now. We've actually seen this because affiliations were unable to be joined, and Beast of the East was one of them. I think it's because of Ticino. Ticino is one of the most popular people in the entire industry of 2K as of right now when it comes to content creation. This guy is out here getting like 20,000. You know, besides Flight, he's definitely one of the top people. Then you have you have guys like Yoich, EJ, Lai, Chico, Angel Melly, Wolves Polos, Zeranik. I probably said your name wrong, but dude, you need to change your profile picture on Twitter, because what is that, bro? What is that? Like, guys, I almost didn't put him on here because of it, but I was like, let me throw him on, whatever. Then we have Nade, Dignify, Glidey, who, he's been grinding. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first legend during current gen for 2K21. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Then you have Cheeseaholic. This group, I like. I think they're definitely going to be one of the top ones to join. There's a lot of other reasons why I like Beast of the East, outside of just who's a part of it, and we'll get more into that. And I'll break that down more near the end of the video. I think that Beast of the East is going to be the most popular. They're going to have the most people in it. You have Nade, who has TMB guys. Those guys are definitely going to be a competitive, park clan that's going to be running events during the affiliation, events and stuff like that. This is just, this is, you know, going to be a really good good for the Beast of the East. They have a lot of people. Ticino, obviously, I think he's going to be a great mayor. I don't think he's ever going to lose his position as mayor, in my opinion. I think this will be he'll have the longest running tenure as a mayor in Beast of the East. But it could be, you know, he could lose it if Beast of the East aren't doing well in events. You know, maybe things change, but I just don't see Ticino ever losing his position as mayor just because of his popularity. But Beast of the East is definitely one of the better looking ones. Obviously, we've seen how the parks, you know, how parks are looking so far. We'll get into that. But Beast of the East, I definitely think has a lot of people. But when it comes to the competitive look, I don't know. They definitely just have a lot of people, which might benefit them. But it's just, I mean, it's just when it comes to skill-wise, I think that maybe they're not the most skilled, but they definitely have a lot of people in numbers. They will be the most popular when it comes to the amount of people in the Beast of the East. Lastly is the Western Wildcats. I'm gonna lay it out, guys. This is the worst one. Like, I'm no offense to Troyden. It's not Troyden's fault. I'm just not a fan of the Western Wildcats. Troyden is not even a park person. But this is just, I mean, it's going to be a lot of people are going to troll this one. They're going to troll the Western Wildcats. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that's what's going to happen. But the Western Wildcats is going to be the worst one. You know, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Get the clips ready. I hope someone posts it on YouTube. But the Western Wildcats won't win a single event. They will be 3rd and 4th place every single event. I will predict that now. But you have Shoot, Hank the Tank, Aiden Ross, Flight. Okay. Now that's not a team to, you know, they are definitely, like, those are some big names. They have some of the probably the most popular fan bases. Troyden, obviously, you know, his fan base is humongous, crazy. I don't think Troyden gets reelected. I think either Flight or Aiden Ross will take that from him. I think Aiden will take it. I think Aiden Ross is going to be the second mayor. I think that's what's going to happen. But this is just, I mean, I think you're going to have a lot of casuals in this, a lot of kids that are going to be a part of this affiliation, and they're not going to be very good. That's how I look at these guys' fan bases. I think all their fan bases are just little kids, and they're just not going to do well at all. So, yeah, no, I just think that this affiliation is probably going to be the worst. But now let's jump over into the park part. So now we're going to jump into the park portion of things. I'm going to break down the parks because we've broken down who's in these affiliations. We've broken down the logos. We've broken down the names. Now we need to break down the parks. So obviously you guys see that I'm in the Vipers. Likely will be changing from that for reasons that, you know, like I said, by the end of this video, I'll basically explain why. We'll go to the store real quick and just show the Vipers gear. I mean, guys, there really hasn't been much. I don't think there's really much of a difference in the gear. I mean, you have okay gear in my opinion. I don't like. I'm not really like. Just like, this isn't like really like do or die for me because I don't think most people are going to wear the gear. Maybe at events they will, but when it comes to it, guys, like the gear, I mean, cool, you got the dark, you know, black and the green, but not really. I don't really think the gear is what's going to make me become like a part of affiliation. But so we look at this park. We have a here's my thing. You guys already see this park is empty. No one's here. This is a dead park. You know, you're just thinking to yourself, oh, you know, maybe this is just a dead server. No, guys, I'm telling you guys, like, Vipers has always been looking like this. Unless a popular streamer is in here, it's usually dead like this. It's definitely a good looking park. It looks good. I like the look of it, but it's always dead, and no one, like, it doesn't matter how it looks. If it's dead, no one wants to be there. So we're gonna go to the Western Wildcats next. So I'm gonna jump on my skateboard. But obviously with the Vipers, guys, like, they have a lot of really good people in it. But when it comes to getting games there, you're probably never gonna get games. It's always dead at that park. It's just how it is. The one benefit is that the park is close to the stores. I'll come back around and explain that. It is close to that big line of stores that they have, which is convenient. But at the end of the day, guys, you're not getting on here to go buy stuff. You're getting on here to play. And if a park is dead like that, you don't really want to be there. Like, that's just the truth. So we're coming into the Western Wildcats. It looks like this park has a little more, like, you know, surprisingly enough, Western Wildcats actually look like they have games going on in this park, which is shocking to me because this park is honestly, I think, the worst park. Typically, this park doesn't have people in it. Most servers I've been in, this is probably one of the worst usually. But like I said, the Western Wildcats, guys, what is up with the rocks? Like, the rocks are stupid. Whoever decided that is stupid. I have to completely run around in order to get to the court. Like, I have to run all the way over there. So, don't really like that. I don't like the Western Wildcats at all, guys. You know, you can tell I'm not a fan of the Western Wildcats. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Western Wildcats. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna go over to the Beast of the East, I'm pretty sure, is next, or is it the Northside Knights? Pretty sure it's the Northside Knights. Yes, it's the Northside Knights. So we're gonna move on to the Northside Knights. As I said, with this, you know, Northside Knights, they have a very good group of people involved. I think the Northside Knights is probably gonna be one of the most competitive when it comes to, you know, events for the affiliations. I think their park is beautiful. At first I was a hater, but I'm going to be honest, guys. Their park is beautiful. Like, let me just come in here real quick. Look at this, guys. We have games everywhere. They have games going on all the time. This park is usually mildly busy. There's usually a decent amount of people in here. You can get games all the time, which is important to a park. And like I said, when it comes to, you know, the competitive scene, they have definitely one of the better groups of people when it comes to the competitive scene. But I just think that they're definitely, like, if you're putting like your list, they're definitely probably number 2. Like, I would probably put them number 2. Their park is good. They have good players in it. The DF clan, obviously. That's just, like, that's my, you know, 2 cents on that. I think that, you know, if you're not really sure what you're gonna pick, go with the Vipers. I just think that if you're so unsure, go with the Vipers. You can't really, like, I think they're the most sure thing when it comes to it. They're always going to be competing. And last but not least, we're with the Beast of the East here. The Beast of the East, guys, best park. Look at this. Look at this. This is the #1 park. This is the #1 park, guys. Like, this right here, #1 park. Always full. Always getting games. 2 courts are amazing. The courts. Now, I like the color scheme of the courts. I think that the dark black and everything and the red looks good. It looks very good. I think that when it comes to this, like, this is where you're going to see most content creators because they want to get games. This is definitely, like, the best. Like, so we've gone through all the parks, guys. We've basically broken down what we, I obviously, like, my different sections that I had are gonna, fluctuate on how people are gonna join certain affiliations. Whether you just care about getting games, whether you just care about being in an affiliation where you're gonna have good people in it. Like, it's simple as this. You have DF. You basically have DF when it comes to Northside Knights. You have a nice park. When it comes to Beast of the East, they have probably by far the best park. They are the best park, like, by far. So I would say that they are probably. I think that if you're a person that just cares about getting a lot of games, BCE should be your #1 choice. When it comes to events, I think that you probably see. Now this is tough. The Knights is probably the best because you have the best players. Like you have really good players, but you also have games. You know what I mean? You're also getting a lot of games that are going on there. Their parks are usually always like mildly filled, and BC East is always the most filled. But Southside Vipers looks like they're struggling. Like they look like they're struggling to get games. Now Southside Vipers has a lot of really good people in it, so I think when it comes to events, the Southside Vipers will be competing. They'll be good. They'll be probably one of the better ones when it comes to events because they're gonna have people, better people. But it just depends if they have enough grinders, if they're big enough, because that might matter. But that's just something I think that we have to look at. In the Wildcats, guys, they are just atrocious. I'm sorry, but anyway, guys, when it comes to these affiliations, guys, it's important that we look at skill. We look at how the park looks, and we just see who's in these affiliations. So obviously, guys, I think the Northside Knights are probably one of the best ones in my opinion. They're definitely going to be an affiliation that's always up there. I don't know if grinding will keep his place, just because I think that there's still some very popular candidates that are going to there so they can eventually become the mayor. I think the worst one is the Western Wildcats by far. I think you're going to have a lot of casuals, a lot of kids that play in that one, that it's just going to be very bad. I don't think they're going to win many events. I think the Beast of the East is definitely the best looking park. Definitely you're going to get the most games there. But when it comes to events, I don't think they're going to do super well in events. I think they'll always be up there because they have a lot of people. But when it comes to winning and like good people, it's either in the Vipers or it's in the Northside Knights. And I think that the Northside Knights are just going to have both skilled people and they're going to have a lot of people. So also, you guys get park games all the time. So I think that the #1 is either Northside Knights or the Beast of the East. But if the Vipers come out, if those guys come out and they're really grinding, and I think that they definitely could be an underdog in this. But by far, guys, if you're a Western Wildcat, good luck. You're baiting yourself. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you guys like this content. Make sure you guys check out my last video, my center video. It actually did very well. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys watching my video. Make sure you guys subscribe, push that like button, smash the comment button, what affiliation you guys are in. I'd love to hear. But thank you for watching, guys. Please continue to support my content, guys, and there'll be more coming out soon. But that's all I have for you guys today. Champ2k out.